Welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Today I'm going to share with you how I made my Hugs and Kisses crochet shawl. This shawl is one that you're going to want to wrap around yourself because it is so incredibly comfortable and warm, but also stylish with this beautiful pattern and intricate design. This project actually stems from my yarn comparison video where I bought a $300 skein of yarn and then compared that yarn with other yarns of varying price points. I wanted to see if the price of a yarn had a direct correlation with its quality. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, definitely go watch that after this video. I had so much fun making it and I think you'll really enjoy it. So this yarn right here was part of that video where I purchased a yarn from Michaels. This is Lion Brand Scarfie yarn. I picked it up. It was so comfy, cozy, plushy. I just had to make something that I could wrap myself up in, hence the shawl. The crochet by the numbers. This shawl took me approximately 4 hours and 12 minutes to make. I used 2 skeins of Lion Brand Scarfie yarn, each skein costing $11.99 per skein, and I used 2, so this project cost me $24 to make. The dimensions of this shawl are 70 inches wide by 30 inches long. If you'd like to make your shawl bigger, feel free to add more skeins of yarn. For other information like what crochet hook that I used and the notions, check out the description section below this video where I'll put all that information. You can also find that information on the pattern that you can find on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, and on Ribbler. I am now on Ribbler, guys. This is actually my first and only pattern up at the moment of recording this video. I'm loving Ribbler. It has such an interactive platform for their patterns that it's so inclusive and it does so much for you automatically, like translates to other languages, converts to different terminology. So if you want to follow US terminology or UK terminology, you just click a button. And also dimension conversion. So like I said, this shawl is 70 inches wide by 30 inches long. If you need to know that information in centimeters, you just click the centimeters button and it will convert everything over for you, and vice versa. This pattern is super inclusive and interactive, so as you are going through the instructions, you can click on the instruction and it'll cross everything out so you will know I've already done that. There's also a journaling capability where you can take pictures and you can write down little notes to yourself throughout the pattern. If you are pattern testing for somebody, which you can do, this is a great feature to help you document everything as you're going, to help the pattern creator to know exactly what's going on in the pattern that they're testing for them. There's little blue dots underneath each stitch. So if you're not sure how to do a stitch, you need a little reminder, you just click on the blue dots underneath that stitch name and a little video will pop up and let you know, oh, this is how you do this stitch. How awesome! Plus, as a crochet pattern designer, each row of instructions has so many things you can add to it. Like, hey, add a picture, add a diagram, add a video, like so much you can do to make the pattern even simpler to follow along with, and again, just interactive, which I think is amazing. So I'm going to be putting more patterns on Ribbler moving forward. I'm still new to the platform. I'm sure there's a ton more features that I haven't even played with yet. I'll put links in the description section below, both for my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, where you can find the pattern, and my Ribbler platform, where you can find the pattern on Ribbler. All right, so my process in making the shawl. I decided to go with the common triangular shaped shawl that most people associate with when it comes to shawls. This is just a very common, this is what people think of when they think shawl. So I'm trying to figure out, now I got the shape, that's great. What pattern do I want to use? I was scouring multiple books. I have so many pattern books. I had them scattered all over my table looking for the right pattern, and I found it. It's called Zeros and Crosses, which to me looks like X's and O's because the cross stitches are X's, and then the chain one, skip one, double crochet left an opening that looked like an O. That reminds me of Hugs and Kisses, so that's why I named the shawl the Hugs and Kisses crochet shawl. When working a triangular shaped shawl, they're generally worked in the center, in the very middle, and then you will just go back and forth to grow your shawl. So I began the shawl with a magic ring. Feel free to substitute the magic ring out for the chain 2 method or a chain 4 that you slip stitch into the first chain and then you have a ring that you can work inside. For row 1 of this shawl, you begin by chaining 3. That chain 3 counts as your first double crochet stitch. Make another double crochet stitch inside the magic ring. Chain 1. Double crochet inside the magic ring. Chain 2. Double crochet inside the magic ring. Chain 1. And end row 1 by making 2 double crochet stitches inside the magic ring. Now you should have a perfect symmetry mirror image of what's happening in row 1. Row 2, we're going to do the kisses, the cross stitches. We're going to start row 2 by making a chain 3. That chain 3 does count as our first double crochet stitch. Turn your work. Right. Make 2 more double crochet stitches in that first stitch space. You may ask, Tiffany, why are we making 3 double crochet stitches in the first stitch space? I did that on purpose to help flatten out the top of the shawl. That seems to be an issue for a lot of crocheters, especially newer crocheters, is getting the top of their shawl to be flat. So I achieved that by making 3 double crochet stitches in the first and last stitch space. Okay, we just made 2 double crochet stitches in that first stitch space. Skip the next stitch space and double crochet in the following stitch or around the following stitch. Double crochet in that skipped stitch space, and now you've made a double crochet cross stitch. Should look like an X. Repeat the double crochet cross stitch pattern until you reach the chain 2 in the middle. When you get to the chain 2, make 4 double crochet stitches around those 2 chains. Now we're on the other side of the shawl. Continue working that double crochet cross stitch pattern up to the very end of row 2. To end row 2, you will make 3 double crochet stitches in that third chain or last stitch space of the row. Row 3 is our single crochet stitch row. Really breaks everything up. So for row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, make 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch all the way down to those 4 double crochet in the middle. When you reach the 4 double crochet in the middle, single crochet in the first double crochet. Make 2 single crochet stitches in the second double crochet. Make 2 single crochet stitches in the third double crochet. And make 1 single crochet stitch in the fourth double crochet. Now you're on the other side of your shawl. Continue working 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space to end row 3. With our single crochet stitch rows, we are not increasing in the first or last stitch space. I want to make sure that's very clear. Row 4 is our hugs row. So start row 4 by chaining 3, turn your work. That chain 3 counts as your first double crochet stitch. Make 2 more double crochet stitches in that first stitch space. Then chain 1, skip the next stitch space, and double crochet in the following stitch space. Repeat this chain 1, skip 1, double crochet stitch pattern until you reach those 2 stitches where we made 2 single crochet stitches in them. When you get to those 2 stitches at the bottom point, you will skip the first stitch. You're going to chain 1, skip the first single crochet. Make 2 double crochet stitches in the second single crochet. Make 2 double crochet stitches in the third double crochet. And then chain 1, skip the fourth double crochet. Continue that chain 1, skip 1 double crochet pattern to finish row 4, ending row 4 by making 3 double crochet stitches in that last stitch space. Row 5 is our kisses row. Row 5, we're going to chain 3, turn our work. That chain 3 counts as our first double crochet stitch. Make 2 more double crochet stitches in that first stitch space. Work the double crochet cross stitch pattern along the full side of the shawl until you reach the bottom 2 stitches where we made 2 double crochet stitches in them. You're going to finish the last double crochet cross stitch pattern entering into the first double crochet at the bottom point. Make 2 double crochet stitches in the second double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitches in the third double crochet stitch, and then continue working the double crochet cross stitch pattern, finishing off row 5, ending row 5 with 3 double crochet stitches. Row 6. Row 6 is a single crochet stitch row. So we're going to start by chaining 1, turning our work, single crocheting in each stitch all the way to the bottom point. Find the 2 stitches where we made 2 double crochet stitches in them. Single crochet 1 single crochet in the first double crochet stitch. Make 2 single crochet stitches in the second double crochet stitch. Make 2 single crochet stitches in the third double crochet stitch, and make 1 single crochet stitch in the fourth double crochet stitch, and then continue working 1 single crochet stitch up the other side of the pattern, finishing off row 6. At this point, you may think you have the pattern down. Keep up with me and let's continue on where I can show you the next pattern that you're going to see entering into this Hugs and Kisses pattern. Row 7, we're going to see the change. Row 7 is a hugs row. We're going to start by chaining 3. Counts as our first double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitches inside that first stitch space. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Repeat that pattern all the way to the bottom point of the shawl. When you reach the bottom point of the shawl, you're going to notice that we have an extra stitch space here. What you're going to do is you're going to do the chain 1, skip 1, and make 1 double crochet stitch on top of the first double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitches on top of the second double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitches on top of the third double crochet stitch. And make 1 double crochet stitch on top of the fourth double crochet stitch. At this point, you should have 6 double crochet stitches at the bottom point of the shawl. And then continue the chain 1, skip 1 double crochet stitch pattern to finish off row 7, ending row 7 with 3 double crochet stitches in the last stitch space. Row 8, our kisses row. So row 8, we're going to chain 3, turn our work, make 2 double crochet stitches in that first stitch space. Work the double crochet cross stitch pattern all the way down to the bottom point of the shawl. We're going to finish our last cross stitch pattern entering into the first double crochet stitch. Then make 1 double crochet stitch on top of the second double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitches on top of the third double crochet stitch. Make 2 double crochet stitch on top of the fourth double crochet stitch. Make 1 double crochet stitch on top of the fifth double crochet stitch. And then on the 6th double crochet stitch, we're going to continue that double crochet cross stitch pattern. So work the double crochet cross stitch pattern to finish off row 8, ending row 8 with 3 double crochet stitches in that last stitch space. Row 9 is our last row for our repeat. Row 9 is also our single crochet stitch row. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, make 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch all the way down to the bottom point of our shawl. Find the 2 stitch spaces where we made 2 double crochet stitches in them. Make 1 single crochet stitch in the first double crochet, 2 single crochet stitches in the second double crochet, 2 single crochet stitches in the third double crochet, and 1 single crochet stitch in the fourth double crochet stitch. And then continue working 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch space to end row 9. The repeat pattern for this shawl is repeating row 4 through row 9, and you're just going to repeat those over and over again. The big difference, rows 4 through 6, you're going to have 4 double crochet stitches at that bottom point. Rows 7 through 9, you're going to have 6 double crochet stitches at the bottom point. And that's where that will rotate. Just continue working this pattern until you run out of yarn, and then back up and make that last row a single crochet stitch row just to clean things up. If you do have extra yarn, or you would like to finish your shawl off more completely, feel free to make a single crochet stitch border around the entire thing. It really cleans things up. And if you'd like to get even more creative, feel free to add tassels, fringe on the bottom, pom-poms at each 3-point. Just really have fun with your shawl. Make it your own. To provide extra guidance with this pattern, I did create a diagram for you that I included in the pattern itself that you can find on my website and on Ribbler. My Crochet Club members enjoy the pattern for free, as well as the full video tutorial where I walk you through step by step everything that you would need to make this shawl, like a very typical standard crochet tutorial. That is also located on my website, crochetwithtiffany.com. I absolutely loved making this Hugs and Kisses crochet shawl so much I actually made two. I hope you enjoy this pattern just as much as I did. Anyone with any experience crocheting, you're going to love the pattern. It's so much fun. It keeps you engaged and it works up really, really fast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And remember, don't just crochet something to crochet something. Make a memory. I'll see you at the next one, guys. Bye.